65 million years ago, looking up at the sky was not a peaceful moment. Back then, no creature that dared to look up could be sure of what it saw. Because what soared above was no ordinary bird, it was a colossal enigma, a silent terror that commanded the very heavens. Its wings stretched as wide as a fighter jet, and when its shadow fell upon the ground, everything beneath it froze. Who was this creature? Where did it come from? And how did it vanish? Are you ready to pull back the curtain on the darkest ruler the sky has ever known, Quetzalcoatlus? And here we pull back that curtain. The very first thing we encounter is size. When you try to describe Quetzalcoatlus, words truly fall short. Its wingspan reached up to 10 to 12 meters. To put that into perspective, a modern F-16 fighter jet has a wingspan of roughly 10 meters. So this creature had wings nearly as wide as a fighter jet. And that's not all. When standing upright, it was about the size of a giraffe, approximately 5 to 6 meters tall. Its weight, according to estimates, ranged between 200 and 250 kilograms. The single largest flying creature to ever soar through the skies. But here's the fascinating part. Despite its massive size, its bones were hollow. Yes, you heard that right. Just like modern birds, its bone structure was incredibly lightweight and filled with air. This allowed it to keep its weight at an absolute minimum and dominate the skies. Think about it once more, a fighter jet wingspan, the height of a giraffe, but hollow bones. And despite all of this remarkable design, this creature was never built in any factory. It was shaped by evolution over millions of years. That fact alone makes it legendary. So, how did a creature this massive even get off the ground? This question baffled the minds of scientists for decades. But through patient research, the collective wisdom of those studies whispered a breathtaking truth. Yes, it flew, and with earth-shaking power. It is estimated that Quetzalcoatlus would slam all 4 of its limbs into the ground simultaneously, releasing every muscle in its body in a single explosive move. With that one move, it would launch into the air within seconds and begin to glide. Think of it like an Olympic athlete, but a 250-kilogram athlete with wings. Its takeoff power was so remarkable that even modern engineers have studied this motion and drawn inspiration from it. On top of that, it possessed a unique muscle structure built specifically for this move. Its chest muscles were incredibly powerful and made up a significant portion of its entire body. So Quetzalcoatlus wasn't just large, it was arguably the most physically powerful flying creature in history relative to its size. And on top of all that, the air pressure created simply by spreading its wings was enough to stun smaller creatures nearby. And once it was airborne, nothing could stop it. The sky was its domain until it decided to come back down. Perhaps the most terrifying feature of Quetzalcoatlus was this: it made no sound. You would expect a creature this large to produce a loud, thunderous flight, wouldn't you? But of course not. Instead of constantly flapping its wings like an eagle, Quetzalcoatlus would catch the wind and glide through the air. It is estimated that it could travel for hours at high altitude without spending any energy at all. This made it both a silent and an incredibly efficient hunter. Prey on the ground couldn't even sense it before they saw it. Just a shadow. And it was already too late. On top of that, it is believed to have masterfully utilized thermal air currents. By following the rising currents created by warm air, it could travel for kilometers without burning a single bit of energy. The exact same technique used by modern glider pilots today. And thanks to this gliding ability, It is estimated to have covered hundreds of kilometers in a single day. So it was silent, swift, and tireless all at once. And on top of everything else, by scanning vast areas from above, it had already chosen its prey even before descending to the ground. Think about it. No sound, no trace, no warning. Just a massive shadow suddenly falling over you. Quetzalcoatlus was the most silent and most ruthless master the sky has ever known. Thinking of Quetzalcoatlus as just a large and powerful creature would be a serious mistake. Because this giant was also an incredibly intelligent and calculated hunter. Research reveals that Quetzalcoatlus had extraordinarily large eyes. This suggests that its visual sharpness was comparable to that of a modern eagle. From hundreds of meters above, it could detect even the tiniest movement on the ground. And it didn't just see it analyzed what it saw. It would calculate its prey's movement, position, and speed, waiting for precisely the right moment. It hunted like a phantom sniper, but a sniper with massive wings, gliding through the sky. Thanks to its long and powerful neck, it could strike its prey with surgical precision. That elongated beak was an extension of its deadly will, fast, precise, and ruthless. And while using that beak, the rest of its body would barely move at all, as if only the beak was alive, while everything else was frozen. So Quetzalcoatlus was not just a creature of raw power. It was also a patient, calculated, and intelligent hunter. A master that watched everything from the sky, waited for the perfect moment, and once it made its decision, never took a step back. If you've made it this far, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button, because there's a lot more to come. So was Quetzalcoatlus only the master of the sky? Or was it something more? This creature could move with incredible efficiency, both in the air and on the ground. When fossil remains are examined, it becomes clear that Quetzalcoatlus lived across a vast geography, from coastal regions to inland areas, from open plains to river deltas. So it wasn't confined to a single region. It was essentially the owner of the entire world. But think about this for a second. What did this massive creature even look like when it walked on land? Using all four of its limbs, it is believed to have tracked its prey not only from the air, but also on the ground at times. Just like a stork, it could hunt on foot as well. Imagine that, a creature that could track you both from the sky and from the ground. Do you think there was anywhere left to run? On top of that, it is believed to have migrated as well. Just like modern birds, it would shift locations with the seasons, taking advantage of food sources in different regions. This makes it one of the most adaptable and most widely dominant creatures the world has ever seen. And here, I want to ask you something. If this creature were still alive today, which continent do you think it would live on? And if it were you, could you ever escape from a creature this massive, hunting you from both the sky and the ground? But even the mightiest rulers have their Achilles heel. And as we now approach the dark shadows of Quetzalcoatlus's weaknesses, something becomes clear. Each one of these flaws was quietly sealing its fate, step by step. The first question is this: could a creature this large and this heavy actually fly? And even if it could, how difficult must that have been? This is where scientists still haven't reached a full consensus. Quetzalcoatlus's weight was estimated to be somewhere between 200 and 250 kilograms. That is an extraordinarily high weight for any flying creature. To put it into perspective, the heaviest flying bird alive today, the Cory bustard, weighs only 18 kilograms. That means Quetzalcoatlus was a full 14 times heavier than the heaviest flying bird we know today. Could a creature of such colossal weight truly defy gravity for extended periods? Many scientists pondered this, almost refusing to believe that sustained flight at this magnitude was anything but a myth. Perhaps it only flew short distances, gliding most of the time. Perhaps its weight occasionally sentenced it to the ground. And perhaps this weight paradox is the very reason why this creature remains one that science still hasn't fully been able to crack. So what do you think? Did this creature truly fly freely, or was its own weight its greatest enemy? This paradox continues to be one of the greatest mysteries surrounding Quetzalcoatlus. So what happened when Quetzalcoatlus came down from the sky to the ground? On land, this aerial titan faced its greatest enemy, itself. Those majestic wings, so glorious in the sky, became a liability on the ground, slowing it down, making it clumsy and incredibly fragile. Quetzalcoatlus is believed to have used all 4 of its limbs to move on the ground. However, this movement was incredibly slow and heavy. Its wings were 10 to 12 meters wide. Moving through a narrow area or a forested region with wings like that was nearly impossible. Think of it like trying to maneuver a fighter jet through a dense forest. That is exactly what the ground was like for Quetzalcoatlus. On top of that, since its bones were hollow, it was extremely vulnerable to any impact from the outside. A fall, a collision, or an unexpected attack could have easily shattered its bones. And with a broken bone, it could neither fly nor hunt. This left it completely exposed and defenseless on the ground. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because dozens more stories just like this one are waiting for you. So if it were you, would you rather attack this massive creature on land or in the air? I think your answer would be on land because for Quetzalcoatlus, the ground was nowhere near as safe as the sky. So how much did a hunter this massive actually eat? And how difficult was it to meet that demand? This is where we encounter yet another major weak point of Quetzalcoatlus. Keeping a body this large functioning required an enormous amount of energy. Scientists estimate that Quetzalcoatlus had to consume enough food every single day to cover a significant portion of its own body weight. This trapped it in a cycle where it was constantly forced to hunt. If you've been watching this far, don't forget to subscribe to my channel and hit that like button, because there's a lot more to come. During periods when sufficient food couldn't be found, its body would rapidly weaken and its ability to fly would drop significantly. Think about it. What would a Quetzalcoatlus that couldn't fly even mean? It would lose its ability to hunt and be left completely defenseless on the ground. On top of that, considering that food sources weren't always abundant during the era it lived in, this high energy demand must have become a serious survival problem. And the more it flew, the more energy it burned, and the more energy it burned, the more it was forced to hunt. This vicious cycle pushed it harder and harder with each passing day. So, do you think this giant was able to eat enough every single day? Or was hunger also one of its greatest enemies? So, could Quetzalcoatlus fly in any weather condition? Or were there things that even this giant master of the sky was afraid of? This is where a very fascinating weak point comes to light. Quetzalcoatlus's flight system was largely dependent on thermal air currents. In other words, the rising winds created by warm air. Without these currents, long-distance flight became nearly impossible. So when did these currents form? Only under specific weather conditions and specific temperatures. Meaning that in cold, stormy, or overcast weather, These currents would weaken, and Quetzalcoatlus would find itself practically stranded in the sky. Just think about that for a moment. What could the largest flying creature in the world possibly do against a storm? Toward the end of the Cretaceous period, climate shifts were beginning to accelerate. Volcanic activity, meteorite impacts, and atmospheric changes were gradually making survival conditions harder and harder for this creature. As thermal currents decreased, so did Quetzalcoatlus's range of movement. And what does a hunter with a shrinking range of movement even mean? Less prey, less energy, less chance of survival. So how much of an impact do you think climate change had in bringing about the end of this massive creature? And here we are at the very end. Perhaps the most heartbreaking one of all. Quetzalcoatlus ruled the skies for millions of years, but in the end, everything came to a stop. So why? Why did a creature this powerful, this intelligent, this large simply vanish? The answer lies in the evolutionary dead end. Quetzalcoatlus had a body so large and so specialized that it didn't have the flexibility needed to adapt to a changing world. It had evolved for millions of years under perfect conditions, but the world was no longer offering those conditions. Approximately 66 million years ago, a massive meteorite struck the Earth. Sunlight was blocked, temperatures dropped dramatically, and food chains collapsed entirely. Thermal currents disappeared, prey disappeared, habitats disappeared. And Quetzalcoatlus's massive, highly specialized body became completely useless in this new world. While small and adaptable creatures survived, the giants and the specialized ones vanished. From the ashes of this ancient ruler, a profound reward emerges for us, a timeless lesson. Size doesn't always mean superiority. Sometimes it's not the strongest that survives, but the most adaptable. Quetzalcoatlus was the largest flying creature in history, but in a changing world, size alone was not enough. And perhaps this silent master's tragic end whispers the most vital lesson of all. True survival isn't about colossal power, but the humble grace of adapting to a world forever in flux. And that's it. Quetzalcoatlus, the largest, the most silent, the most mysterious, and perhaps the most tragic flying creature in all of history. When you look up at the sky now, maybe you'll feel something a little different, because once upon a time, that sky belonged to someone else. If you enjoyed this video, the best thing you can do right now is hit that like button. That's the greatest support you can give to everyone who put their effort into this channel. For millions of years, nothing could stop it. Not storms, not rivals, not even hunger. But a changing world was enough to bring it to its knees. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel because dozens more stories just like this one are waiting for you. Quetzalcoatlus is gone, but the mark it left behind goes far beyond fossils. It taught us that even size, power, and intelligence are sometimes not enough. And finally, write in the comments what you thought about this video. Which feature of Quetzalcoatlus surprised you the most? Never forget this silent master of the sky. See you in the next video.